Hello, chess friends. We're playing Wendy again. I have played it more than once. I've won all the games, but haven't had a good score. So therefore, those games weren't instructive enough. And so I want to get a nice score, closer to 90%. So then I know I've played an instructive game. Okay, this is a continuation of the chess.com bot challenge. And this is the advanced series, starting with 1500 bots. Let's go for the Sicilian Defense. And F4 is coming, so I'll play here. This is a bad move. If she was going to play D4, she should have played with the knight so she can retake with the knight on D4. So this is a waste of time here. Now I can just go ahead and develop here. It's another nonsense move. So now I know how to play these advanced bots. Instead of playing E5, they play halfway reasonable game. Just play the Sicilian defense. Maybe the French defense will work also. And they're going to give me pawns. So what does this do? Well, if there was a way to win the knight with a check, then this would make some sense. As it is now, I don't see the sense in it. The knight moves, attacks the queen. After the queen moves, okay. After the queen moves, queen moves to attack the knight. Okay. After the knight moves, though, there is this situation with the G7 pawn. Since I have to move the knight anyway, I as well move it to G6, blocking the attack on the G7 pawn. And I can develop the bishop normally. However, G6 invites H4 with the idea of trying to destabilize the knight. However, on H4, this knight can go to H4. Now that she simply goes to a white square, attacking the knight again. Okay, what to do here? I think I'll just put the knight back here. And we'll fianchettle the bishop here. Since the fianchettle is going to make this square unprotected, we'll play D5 first. Just realize she could have played here attacking this square. So it was a careless move on my part. And of course, I could have checked. and brought the bishop back here to guard the square, but then the knight comes in with a check. Okay. This is not making too much sense here. So I think it might be best to give up this pawn, this g7 pawn. Or just a6. A6 is often a useful move, a useful move in the Sicilian defense. Now the knight is here. If I trade knights, then I can develop my bishop with gain of time here to d6. And that will solve the problem of my pawn on g7 being attacked, I think. Perhaps, yes, okay. Another move is queen d6, and if queen there, then we push to h6, and there's going to be no more attack on g7. Let's try that. It simplifies matters. We'll cancel. And now how about an attack on c7 and the bishop? This forces the bishop to okay. Knight here forces the bishop to go here. Then bishop here. Rook over. The knight is out of attack squares. So, however, it gives me time to bring my pawn to the center. So let's try it. This was an unfortunate way to go there. Bishop can go there. But that gives me some initiative. Bishop here, followed by rook over. Okay, so let's go there. Now it seems that the light squared bishop has gotten itself trapped. After knight takes bishop, pawn takes, the light squared bishop is out of squares. Okay, so I'm winning a piece here. And let's go here. This can be retreat here if it's attacked. The push, though, attacks the rook. Where does the rook go? If he takes the bishop, I take the rook with check, and then I move my bishop. That wins exchange. At the same time, if he responds to the push with pawn takes, the bishop checks here. He's forced to go to the d file. And then this rook comes into play on the c file. No, the knight's still, the bishop's still hanging there. Okay. So, how about this pawn? This pawn seems, well, it's not tender really. Okay. The push is there. Here, takes, bishop checks, and he's out of squares, so he can't take the pawn. So he'll be out of squares, and he'll lose the exchange if he does that. So he'll have to move his rook. Where does he have to move his rook to? I guess someplace like here, and then just devastation. So let's move this rook over. To here. Putting in all kinds of nastiness. Okay, here we go. Rook takes, and to pick up this pawn too, I believe. Should I get the bishop up there first? Or should I leave the pawn weak because it's hard to hold on to it? Or could I attack the pawn a different way? Oh, I could exchange rooks here. Yes. Okay, let's do it. This king has to go here. I can exchange rooks there. I can come here, keeping the pressure on. How would he guard this pawn? Or would he even try? This king would come here. And that will allow that. That will line the king and the rook up here. But it's okay. Let's just go for simplification because the clock is working. Takes, and I'm up a piece, and so it's okay if I go to open file here. And oh, let's go here. Okay, great. If I can trade things off, makes things easier for me. Any checks the knight has? No. So let's go here. And that's exactly what I was hoping for. The knight goes in the same file as the king, the knight is lost. Check. Okay, now I can um let's threaten to win this pawn too. Check. Oh, now the king lines up with the rook, and the rook is lost. Now we'll simply simplify things. Here, this will give the king plenty of space to travel, so he doesn't set any stalemate things up. And we'll just take this out. He's got lots of space to dance around, so that no stalemates are possible. This is a waste of time here. I waste time moving the bishop around. And now we just go ahead and get the queen or second rook to finish it off. Why not with two rooks? And checkmate. Hopefully this time it was over 90%. So I guess my problem is I need to use the Sicilian Defense or some other opening rather than e5. When I play e5, I still win, but I guess I'm not as skillful with e5 than I am with other openings like the Sicilian Defense. Okay, one great move, an exclamation move. Let's see the percentage. Always aim to get about, try to aim for 90%. And if I get there, then I know I played an instructive game. Nice eye. You found a tactic to grow your lead into a win. Yes, I did it. Finally, an instructive game. 94.4%. That's what I needed. Okay. And I played at 2250 level, so that's very good. Okay, so the inaccuracy was only two. No mistakes, no misses, no blunders, two inaccuracies. I'll look at them.
Your best move was to develop a piece while also winning a tempo on a queen.
Yes, I sort of thought that was the case, but then the queen goes back to g4, and then, well, that's ridiculous. If the queen goes to g4, I just castle. So I didn't, yeah, that was ridiculous. I'm thinking the queen goes to g6, and then I castle. I was thinking that
A
if the rook,
straightforward recapture.
if
This activates a piece and simultaneously wins time by attacking a queen.
if the bishop goes here, the queen goes here, and then after I castle,
The correct move to safety.
that
This
she
defends
would
a pawn that was under attack
she'd
and
be
had no
somewhere on
defender.
this g file, and then can play bishop to h6. Even then, it's ridiculous because I have knight to h5, followed by queen f6. So it's just a hallucination there. Okay, let's see how many
Nice
hallucinations
eye.
do I
You
have.
found a tactic to grow your lead into a win.
Two inaccuracies. Let's see the other
Your
one.
best move was to develop a piece while also winning a tempo on a queen.
Okay, queen to d6 was an inaccuracy based upon a hallucination, and the other one, the other inaccuracy, I don't see it here. Everything looks pretty clean. Queen d6 was an inaccuracy, but they're not showing me the other ones. e6 is a book move. Knight takes e5 is a okay move. Yeah, so sometimes the system seems sort of broken. They're saying I have two inaccuracies, but I don't see them here.
Nice eye. You found a tactic to grow your lead into a win.
You see two inaccuracies, but they didn't show me. They only showed me one. Okay, what was a great move? Exclamation. Those are always good.
Nice. You found a way to win a bishop.
Yes, by taking this bishop is out of squares. Okay,
Nice eye. You found a tactic to grow your lead into a win.
okay. Well, I hope this has been educational for you. I finally found a way to get a better percentage on the so-called advanced bots. And for me, that's playing perhaps the Sicilian Defense rather than e5. E5 works great with the lower rated bots. So thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please give a like, maybe a comment or a share, and subscribe for more content like this.